Hi all, my name is Artem Arakcheev. I am the inventor of HyperAgency. This is Agentic AI Operating System that replaces brittle, fragile automations with long-lived systems that remember, adapt, and act on behalf of the organization. This HyperAgency Agentic AI OS can be used as a framework for building a fully autonomous software companies with minimal human intervention. So let's go deeper into the concept. HyperAgency agentic operating system. It replaces brittle automations and it can act on behalf of the organizations. As enterprises embed AI deeper into the daily operations, they encounter fragmentation loss, like fragmentation of the AI, the context can be lost, and the human could manage this system very thoroughly, consuming a lot of time, so it can be ineffective. The human become a glue. HyperAgency introduces a new operational layer. It's a coordinated agency, and it enables organization to design, govern, and evolve autonomous agents as persistent systems, not just scripts, prompts, or tools. And this unlocks compounding intelligence, operational leverage, and scalable autonomy while keeping humans firmly in control. So the operating system has the following characteristics. It allows to coordinate the agents. The human can govern the agentic system. It has persistent memory. Everything is remembered. The system is open source, and also it can be self-hosted. It can be deployed on your cloud, on our cloud, everywhere. The AI OS is decentralized. You can create various instances and connect them, and it has an omni-channel, can be connected to various communication channels like messengers, email, phone line, A2A, MCP protocols, and many other bridges to various communication channels. It has a Web3 marketplace. You can create your own agents or hyper agents, and you can monetize them through our marketplace. What the reality that enterprises face today? AI adoptions often increases activity, a lot of time consuming, a lot of inefficiencies, but it doesn't often increase the leverage. Every task may require reprompting, automation can break when reality changes, agents can operate in isolations, context disappear between runs, and humans become the glue. So in this picture you see the fragments of intelligence. There is like LLM app, robotic process automation, agent scripts, SaaS tool, and all of them are connected to one automation. So everything can break at some point, and the humans need a lot of time to go and look on some warnings, fix the problems, and make the system perform again. So what enterprises have today are the fragments of intelligence and not the systems that act on their behalf. That's why automation no longer scales. Automation executes steps, but the businesses operate in reality. Automation assumes some static environments. Exceptions require human intervention. Each new workflow adds operational depth. Scaling means multiplying tasks or people. On this diagram, you can see it's like during the working processes you consume the time, but also on the x-axis, but on the y-axis you can see the exceptions and overhead. So then more you have automation, then more it can be different problems with that automation, and you always need more humans to go and make the system work, because you do not always can predict everything that can happen. So in this way, exception can grow faster than the output, and the company can grow its operational depth. So automation increases output but not the autonomy. To solve this, you may need a shift from automation to agency. So the next leap is not the better tools, it is systems with intent. And on the left side, you can see the automation and how it is different from the agency on the right side of the slide. On the left side automation, you see it executes instructions. You can shift to pursuing intent with the agency. Automation runs steps, but agency coordinates behavior of agents and humans. Automation breaks on change, but the agency adapts to reality. Automation delivers outputs, but the agency compounds value. The prompts, from the prompts to living systems, this is how we can think about the shift from automation to agency. The unit of scale is no longer the workflow, but this is the actual agentic AI system. This is on the left side, you can see more traditional way to use the LLMs or AI. You just do the prompt, then you do another prompt, then you do another prompt, and then if you need to change something in the process, like for example some later output depend on the input at the beginning. If like something changes, let's say you take another domain or another industry, another user input, another something, then you may need to go and repeat all the process, because each runs resets the context, and then you need to repeat everything from scratch. But with persistent agency, you have this living system, you have this persistence. Agency has adaptation, it has memory, and it has persistence. Agents persist across time. Context and memory are preserved. Behavior adapts to real world change, and intelligence compounds instead of resetting. This is persistent agency and not just the task execution. So it's much easier, it's much simpler, because if something change it in the beginning, you just can change this only thing, and then you restart the whole process, and then your agency gives you kind of output based on some modifications. So you keep the context, you keep the intent, you may change just some variables that may need the change. Strategic value over time is presented on this slide. This agency compounds and tools do not compound. So knowledge persists. On the graph, you can see the line that represents tools. The strategic value of using the tools, it always resets. You start a new thing, you slightly change the output, and you may need to rebuild the whole workflow on using the same tool. On the agency, the strategic value compounds. You just add more and more pieces of the puzzle, and you build the whole picture. The whole system works as a single living creature. So system improves themselves. Coordination scales without the head count. If you just have more and more data to process, more kind of working things, then it not necessarily mean you need to hire more and more people. Sometimes you just build a smart, intelligent agency, and this will take care. So you will have more efficiency, you will reduce the cost, and you will be more successful business with more revenue, higher scale, and grow faster. So intelligence becomes the infrastructure. What is an Agentic AI operating system? Let's think about it. The Agentic AI operating system is infrastructure for autonomous collaboration. What does mean autonomous collaboration? Means that you may have some agents that they can be persistent, they can live in your system, and when they receive some tasks, they just could manage and work on this task. Like you enable the collaboration between these AI agents. The Agentic AI operating system enables organizations to design, deploy, govern, and involve autonomous agents that work together over time with memory, adaptation, and human oversight. Human governance, approval, observability, and trust. This is one of the main characteristics of the agency and HyperAgency. As an instance, the autonomous agents, they have characteristics of composability, scalability, and dealing. So they can bring you money, they can bring you value. You can take several agents and compose them to the other agents. Then another characteristic is shared memory and context. Those agentic system can have persistent data storage and can work with multi-model data. Some can process text, some can process images, some can process voice, some video, and you can have all the same kind of various modality of data that exist and can be processed by the same agentic system. Then the HyperAgency allows you to create agents and bridges instantly. You can deploy them in seconds. You can create them in seconds. This is like super quickly. That can save your engineers days or weeks or even months of the work in some cases. So it's important that the Agentic AI operating system is secure. You can securely execute your agentic coordination workflows. You have a secure storage that securely stores your data. With the Vault, you can put your keys, secrets, credentials in the vault, and it is a special secure storage. So the keys, value of the keys, secrets, they never get exposed in the code. You use always link to the like a reference, like a variable to the vault. You just tell to the agent what value you should get from the vault. Then it also has auditability. Whatever you do, every single step of the agents can be verified, can be checked, can be audited by you or by some organizations, some regulators. The HyperAgency has a characteristic of decentralization. You can connect various instances and reuse some instances, one of them for the team, another for the enterprise data, another for partner, and so on and so forth. So HyperAgency is actually self-developing AI, so it has self-cognition. Agents could understand themselves. They could go and check those JSONs that represent them. They could check the graphs. They could check every steps, how they work, how they were created. Then we also have a meta agent. Meta agent is a special hyper agent, so it's like a package consisting of different agents and their coordination map. So the meta agent can create you other agents, so you just can save a lot of time on creating new agents. And then you have extensibility. This is like a package registry, and then you can install the package that you are created by other engineers, by other companies, so you can reuse that. You can extend your systems the same way as they do it. So in the conclusion of the slide, this is not another tool. This is just a new operational layer. So I'm glad to introduce you the HyperAgency. HyperAgency replaces fragile AI automation with long-lived systems. If AI is already part of your daily operations, then HyperAgency is your next layer. It's easy to start with the HyperAgency. You don't need to understand the whole system from very beginning. You can just simply create one agent. It is easy. It has an intuitive interface that can be understood. Just some forms, you fill the values, and then you quickly create the agents. No need to code, no need to know Python, no need to know JavaScript or any other programming languages. Just open the install HyperAgency, open the form, and then you already can talk with your agent, can give him a task, or can use it as large language models. So then when you're ready, you can add coordination. You start with first agent, then later you need to add another agent, then you can coordinate those two, then you can add more and more and more agents to your system, and then you have a coordination map for them. And then when you're ready, you can evolve from the prompts that you send to the agents to the whole living system. This living system can solve your business tasks. For example, it can design you a presentation. It can create you a new agent. It can solve you some marketing tasks, analyze the market signals, analyze the customer inputs, conduct the market research. It can create you a business plan. It can do engineering for you. It can do marketing and sales. It can participate in the HR operations. It can help you if you are a startup founder, or if you are an enterprise leader, or a member of the software engineering team. So just try it, launch it, and then you figure out how easy it is to start with the HyperAgency, how easy it is to use it. Enterprise use case. This is how AI becomes the operational leverage. So here is the actual enterprise use case. We analyze the signals. We start with market and customer input analysis. So we create a prompt to the market analyst agents. We send it. Then it gives us some output, and then we send results of it as a coordinated as a prompt to coordinate research, to do synthesis and validations to the research coordinator agent. Then it gives us some values, some data, some results of the research report, and then we ask a human approval. We ask a real John Doe, who is a marketing specialist, to make a strategic decision. And then when he is done, he approved something, or he directed us towards the common organization goal. So we send the last prompt to learn and improve outcomes to feed memory, and we send it to the self-evolving agent that can learn from the outcomes from this agentic process and do it better the next time. So the whole agentic process repeats, and then we every time it can improve, it can self-evolve, and as a result we have faster cycles, better decisions, less man on glue. This is how we go from signals to decisions with a learning loop. This is actual representation of the UI interface. This is an agentic coordination map for product operations. So it looks like a wireframe, but actually the actual interface is very similar to what you see here. It's important that agentic AI operating systems such as HyperAgency has features for governance, control, and safety. Autonomy without control is just a house. HyperAgency is built for governance. So on this image, you can see there some agentic coordination, several agents work together, and then human can approve. Human approvals at critical points are also on the graph. Then you also can see that behavior of the agents can be audited and predicted, and also you can see the credential vault that allows secure credential management. Also, the agency has a clear boundaries and allowances for the agents. What is the allowances? For example, the agents could make deals with each other using crypto tokens. So, for example, one agent could hire another agents from another organization and negotiate the deal, how much of the work it will get done, how much of the job it get done, and then they negotiate the price. And after the job is getting done, the one agent can transfer to from account of the other owner. It can transfer some value, some tokens to the wallet of the owner of the other agent. So they do the agentic deal, and then you can set up allowance how much the agent can transfer to another agent for completing of the work on your behalf. So autonomy is earned, it's not assumed. The HyperAgency is open, it's flexible, it's enterprise ready. Enterprises choose how and where agency run. Open source, no vendor lock-in. You can own the stack. You can go to GitHub, fork it. You can extend it, modify it, add features that you need, and then you can integrate it without proper proprietary constraints to your enterprise, to your startup. It also can be hosted on cloud or can be self-hosted. You choose the kind of deployment that you like. You can use Kubernetes deployment scripts that we created. We have a Helm package to install it on Kubernetes. You can also install it with Docker Compose, because all the services, microservices, API, everything is containerized and it is portable. You can move it from one machine to another machine. It is decentralized by design. There is no central choke points. The agents can coordinate across the domains and boundaries, so you can have various instances connected to each other, communicating to each other. Agents from one instance can work with the agents on another instance, and then you have a data ownership and compliance control. You can keep the data residency, lineage, and auditability aligned with your policies. What are the policies at your organization? You can configure, set up the HyperAgency to match those policies. So HyperAgency is infrastructure. It is not dependency, so it is infrastructure. Who is HyperAgency is for? It is built for organizations that are serious about artificial intelligence. HyperAgency is built for enterprise, embedding AI into operations. Maybe they already have AI in operations, but it's fragmented, and HyperAgency allow you to assemble everything into one system. It also for innovation and transformation leaders, teams, also for teams seeking leverage and node tools. What HyperAgency is not good for? It's not a fit for one-off automations or prompt-only workflow or for disposable AI experiments. Of course, you can do all of that on HyperAgency, but HyperAgency is much more than just this. So HyperAgency allows to create the whole living systems that would work as real humans on your behalf. HyperAgency, what's on surface of the HyperAgency? It is a complete operating environment for running agentic AI or AI agents in production. Core components are dashboard that gives you account-wide visibility and control, Hive that allows you to create and deploy agents instantly, just in seconds, very easy to create a new agent. Then you have a chat through which you can chat with agents or humans, or have a group conversations with agents and humans. And then you have a map, it's a coordination visual editor that allows to assemble multiple agents, coordinate them all together, all on one map. They would perform a single task, and then you can connect them to a real human, send a message to human, receive a reply with approval or some decision from human. You also have a data. It's a persistent memory, there is a file system, there is a key value storage. You can manage all the data in one tab of the web UI. Observability shows you the logs and metrics you can monitor. You can use a PromQL or dashboard query language for retrieving some information that you search in logs. It has omni-channel. Also, you can instantly create bridges to various messengers, Slack, Discord, phone line connection. You can send emails. You can do much more than that with omni-channel. There is a lot of different channels available to connect to the with the HyperAgency. Then you have apps is hyper agent packages. If you have several agents working together, then you can pack them to a single app or hyper agent, and then you can publish it so other developers can take your work and can extend their system. You can share it for free or with some open source license, or you can monetize it. You can sell those hyper agents package. Both options are useful, so you can innovate, you can share, but also you can reuse other hyper agents created by other organizations. So altogether we will come faster to this desirable future when only agents work and humans just manage agent working. We can build a fully autonomous software companies if we start share the business processes created by our community. So HyperAgency has a wallet for crypto assets, and we can see the transfers, allowances. We can transfer and collect the cash, and then also we have a vault secure credential vault that allows us to store the keys, credential secrets. It has a CLI, command line interface for system control. For developers, it will be also interesting to know about API SDK to build agents coordination. We can do something with visual interface with no coding experience, but also we can code the same thing or a different thing. With coding we can achieve much more actually. We can create something that kind of some external agents. Most of the agents are internal, they reside on the HyperAgency, they're running by HyperAgency, but also we could create external agents that could work somewhere else, but they can be coordinated and managed from the HyperAgency. And you also have mobile app. Sometimes you need to approve something on the go. You are somewhere on the meeting, you are not at your office, you are on the go. You can take mobile app and check the messages from the agent and quickly participate in the agentic coordination workflow. Then we have a community. You can collaborate, share, and innovate together. So this is agency. All this is an agency as an infrastructure. You see so many features and so many value in this. One of such example of the value that you can see on the HyperAgency is more than 20 production-ready agent archetypes. So we make it easy to create new agents just in seconds. Just open the tab, fill the form, and you get the agents just in seconds. So here are all the archetypes that we have here. Actually, some archetypes are missing here, but this is the main ones. The chat works as a communicator. It understands and responds in natural language. This is basically LLM. That you can add a system message, you can set up what model does it use, and we support various models. Then we have a RAG, so it retrieves knowledge from the documents, it works as a researcher. ImageGen generate images, browser use operates on a real browser to perform web tasks, SST transcribes voice to text, TTS text-to-speech synthesizes speech from text, Avatar generates talking faces with DeepSync. You have a performer who will speak your presentations. Matrix is a special agent. Matrix execute maps. It actually can create an agent out of the agentic coordination map or agentic workflow. Then we have a code agent. The agent computes on Python, JavaScript, or Bash, Linux shell. Command runs Linux commands and scripts. Quantum performs quantum computing on real quantum hardware. Storage uses key value store and process files. Transforms modifying text according rules, templates, and expressions. The system interacts with HyperAgency infrastructure. This works as an administrator. Then we have MCP, Model Context Protocol, Tool Executor. It's a client for MCP. Also A2A client. It executes, delegates some action through the A2A protocol to the other agents residing outside of the HyperAgency. Then you have a curl. You can call HTTP endpoints and APIs programmatically. We have a Langflow. You can use Langflow to run AI agents with LLMs, API databases. We have a Node-RED. You can connect to external APIs and IoT devices. We have end-to-end. It can perform flexible AI workflow automations on external N8N. Then also we have a notebook that runs Jupyter notebooks used by scientists and data analysts, and you can execute them as parameterized reports. This picture also gives us some ideas that agents are composable. It's easy to compose the agents. They are versionable. We can have various versions of the agents. They are portable, and they are portable in the JSON format. You can just download agent as JSON. You can upload agent from the JSON. You can programmatically generate the agent as a JSON, and this is basement for the meta agent. Then agents are auditable. You can see their code. You can understand how this code works. They are reproducible. We can reproduce them on other machines or other instances of HyperAgency, and they are coordinatable. We have an agentic coordinatable map that allows you to orchestrate and coordinate the agents. This is a model agnostic by design. What does mean model agnostic? That means that each agent runs the model that is best suited for its role, cost, latency, and compliance need. So the chat uses LLM, RAG uses LLM, ImageGen may use some model. And then we have a model abstraction layer. You can swap models without rewriting agents or the systems. So there is no vendor lock-in. So you get some more cheaper, better, more performant, more efficient models on the market. You just switch to them. You update your agents. So your agents tomorrow, they will be able to do more than today, because we have this market for the models. and then you can always use the better models, the best models. Also, you can use any models side by side. You can use cloud models, enterprise models, open source models. You can install them locally, local models. Then you can see here some logos of the companies that gives you the LLM. These are the LLM providers. Especially I want to highlight the Olama, as it allows you to use a lot of open source models. So the HyperAgency work on the open source model, and in some cases you can save some money on running them. You don't need internet to use the Olama models. And then we also have speeches. There is a lot of models, open source models for text to speech and for speech to text. These are the open source. Then also you can use open AI models, GPT 4, 5, 6, 7, any number actually that is available through their API. Then Anthropic, Gemini, Grok, and many other agents available through the LLM model providers. The result, the agents are bound to the intent and not to the single model. So the agents pursues intent, they complete the job. They can get the job done using various models, so choose the best for your case. Matrix agent nested map executor. Let me explain you one thing, because agents are composable. You can create agents out of the agentic processes. Like, for example, you have one agent, then you add another agent, then you make them collaborate, the agents work together, then you add more and more agents, and then you have an agentic coordination. But then it can be reused. The whole agentic coordination map can be abstracted as a single agent. So the whole coordination map can perform some one business task. Like, for example, it can do the marketing task. Then you have another map, completely new app with completely different set of agents that perform some engineering tasks. And then using kind of third map, you can add those two Matrix agents, the marketing and sales Matrix agent and the engineering Matrix agents. So these two Matrix agents would work in a third agentic map. You just get higher level abstraction. The first was the low level code or low level coordination, and then you get to the higher ledger for the executive level of the abstraction. And here is how it can be done. You can compose new agents from existing agents powered by the matrix archetype. You can see the gray is the interface of the map, agentic coordination. Then you create a prompt example. You send this prompt to a matrix agent, but the matrix agent actually represents the nested map. So the matrix agent executes the map when the prompt, you see the arrow 1. So the prompt just get copied on that map. Then we send that prompt to the agent. It can be regular AI agent. It gives you completion that we send to the human. The human is actually H91 user that gives you some decision or output. And then this, you see the array 2, it's coming back. The output decision is actually comes from this nested map. So the HyperAgency allows you to compose new agents out of the existing agentic processes, and it gives you very powerful capabilities because you can create agents out of other agents. It's just agents of higher level of abstraction. So it's wonderful what you can achieve, but using the matrix archetype. on HyperAgency. And let me talk about the omni-channel in HyperAgency, because like you set up the agentic system. The agentic system do some agentic processes for you. It's getting you some business value. It earns the value. But at some point you may need to communicate not only on HyperAgency platform, but somewhere in the messenger, in a Telegram, in a Discord, in a Slack, in a Microsoft Teams, in some other. Someone may call to the agent by phone. Someone can send an email to the agent or the human. And then HyperAgency allows you to connect to any channel. Like you see all those logos on this slide. So XMPP, Vkontakte, WhatsApp, SSH chat, Maptrix, Mattermost, Slack, Discord, IRC, FreeSwitch, Loadify, Zulip, Rocket Chat, Nextcloud Chat, and much more. It also, HyperAgency works as a MCP server, so it can get request from the Anthropic UI application. So you do something with a standard kind of Anthropic application, and then you send it can use the tools available in your HyperAgency. So as one of the tools, you can send any message to any channel and then activate some workflow on the HyperAgency. It also can work as a A2A server, because all the agents on the HyperAgency can be available through the A2A protocol. Also, it can work as a XMPP server. You can connect programmatically and so on Python, on JavaScript, on other programming language to HyperAgency, or you can connect some third-party client, maybe terminal client like Paesio or Profanity, or maybe Audium, or other clients. You can connect third-party apps through the XMPP protocols to the HyperAgency. Then you can generate a web app, and you can generate any information, and even possibility to talk to the agents on the generated web app. It has a scheduler. You can run some tasks by cron. Then it also can receive webhooks. It has a webhook server. These bridges allow your agents to communicate, automate, and execute actions across your entire digital environment. It could serve your customers, your clients. You can support your clients through the HyperAgency. Some information about the observability. See your autonomous system think, act, and evolve in real time. So the agents produce logs and they produce metrics. You can monitor those logs with full transparency, understand exactly what your agents do, when and why. You can instantly debug them, trace issues when something happens across agents, channel, and workflows, maps, performance insight. You can measure behavior, throughput, or system health over time. And this is with developed privacy by design. Your data is fully isolated. You see only your system always. Not the data. And then metrics. Observability gives you deep continuous visibility into every running agent and a bridge, so you can see the actual performance here. Logs and metrics gives you confidence at scale. It's how the autonomous systems earn your trust and trust on the market. HyperAgent web marketplace. HyperAgency includes a decentralized agent economy. On this image, on this diagram, you can see the HyperAgent marketplace in the center of this image. Then you can see such HyperAgents. HyperAgents are the apps. You can extend your HyperAgency with external app with these packages such as meta agents, morning affirmations, cognitive navigator, presentation designer. You can install all those packages from the Hayag .org. This is a package registry. You can go and see what packages are available there, so you can install them. You can use those agents, some for free, some are the commercial agents. You can even contribute to creating the commercial agents. You can publish your HyperAgent packages, reuse verified capabilities, earn reputation on the marketplace, monetize the expertise, enable agentic deals. Agentic deals is when the agents trade with each other, doing the deals. Some agents do something for the other agents, getting some job done, and the first agent is paying for this. Then you can share innovation, but without the shared risk. And also, it's very important to mention that early participation shapes the standards, and earlier you join, then more influence you could have in the community. Agency becomes a tradable asset in such a way. Meta agent. Let me talk about this a bit. The agent building intelligence. Meta agent saves engineers days and weeks by creating the agents autonomously. It's actually easy to create a new agent on the HyperAgency. The first you just fill the form, you create new agent from the archetypes, then you go and you have this visual editor. You just put the nodes, you connect, you add the prompts, you connect it with the agents, you decide who get what type of task. So this becomes the manual process for creating the agentic coordination, but the meta agent can actually help you with that. You do not always need to create everything manually. You can just use a meta agent to create your agentic coordination map. So it can also create you the agents, it can create you the agentic coordination, it could even create you the bridges, and then everything gets coordinated, it gets connected. This can be made by a machine. Meta agent is the agent that creates agents and agentic processes. Now, this is how it works. It uses a composer, validator, registrar, simulator, publisher, all working together in a single system for autonomous agent creation. Also, it can help with the continuous evolution of your agentic processes. It can save you time, it can save you money, and then you get orchestrated intelligence, and self-developing agentic AI operating system is possible because such things as a meta agents. You can we already have the meta agent package on the Hayag package registry, but also you can build your own agent. You can see how it's done, and you can build even better meta agent according to your own needs. So meta agent doesn't just manage agents, it creates the conditions for the intelligence to grow rapidly. Now I want to tell you about the distributed system, because it allows to connect HyperAgency instances in a single distributed system. So for example, you can have a team node, then you can have a private node, you can have your partner node. Your partner may deploy the HyperAgency on their servers. And then you can have your enterprise node, and at the center of the system you can have a HyperAgency core node, the agent that is at the center of all the other nodes. Some other nodes can be connected to each other. And then what are the key benefits of such a system? Because you have a scalable peer-to-peer collaboration, you can add nodes to grow your network horizontally. Also, you have decentralized, you can have decentralization and resilience. Server-to-server links remove the single point of failure. You minimize the risks. Your system becomes more stable. less risky. You don't care if some instances do not get the electricity or some power cuts. You just, it's always running independently if the kind of something happens. So force majeure situation, your HyperAgency will keep working if you scale to enough instances. Then you have agent sharing. You can share agents across trusted nodes and teams, and you have privacy first communication. Messages stay local, ensuring the full data ownership. So only those instances that send and receive the message, only they own that message. Other instances do not have access to that. Custom network participation. You can define which agents and nodes can interact and in what way. So the outcome is that you create autonomous, secure, distributed AI networks where agents collaborate across teams and organizations without centralization or vendor lock-in. You can join a global community of innovators. You can leverage network effects to grow and evolve agentic AI systems. Why would you join the HyperAgency community? Because you can collaborate with builders everywhere in the world. You can share workflows, insights, and best practices. You can contribute to the open source HyperAgents or to the HyperAgency itself. You can monetize your HyperAgent packages in our ecosystem, and then you can influence standards. You can do the decisions, participate in the decision making, voting, and you can shape the future, guiding the direction of the future development of the HyperAgency. Then you can become a part of a vibrant, growing ecosystem that accelerates innovation and adoption. Here I want to offer the paid pilot for those enterprises and startups that are interested. Here we can move from fragile AI in your organization to actual operating system for agentic AI. This is not a demo. This is a controlled production deployment. What this pilot is, this is a 2 to 3 weeks founder-led engagement designed to answer one critical question. The question is, can persistent governed agents replace fragile AI automations in your organization? What value you will receive, what you will achieve as the result of this pilot. You can get the live HyperAgency deployment in your environment. Can be cloud, can be self-hosted. 1 or 2 production-grade agentic systems solving a real operational problem for your business, for your company. Also persistent memory coordination and observability running end-to-end. You can have a clear governance points with human approval, audit logs, and permissions. You can have a concrete go, no-go decision for scaling agentic AI in your organization. So you will live with the working systems, not slides, prompts, or prototypes, with working systems. Who is this pilot for? It is for CTOs, VPs of engineering, founders, engineering directors using AI in operations. Also, teams struggling with brittle automations, prompt resets, and human glue. Also, organizations evaluating agentic AI seriously. If you are one of those profiles, then this HyperAgency is for you. The pilot options, we have 2 options: the 2 weeks proof of viability and 3 weeks operational readiness. 2 weeks proof of viability includes rapid HyperAgency deployment, 1 autonomous agentic map from 1 to 5 agent, core memory, coordination and governance enabled, onboarding final review, clear assessment. Does this heal existing automation pain? So you will answer these questions at the end of the pilot, and then 3 weeks operational readiness. The 3 weeks pilot option with deeper integration into real systems, APIs, tools, workflows, to autonomous agentic maps up to 10 agents and bridges, advanced coordination, observability and reliability tuning, full lifecycle support and refinement, and clear roadmap for production rollout. So 2 or 3 weeks. 2 weeks cost $1,500 and 3 weeks cost $3,000. We have a link here to apply for the pilot. There is a form. You can answer some application questions. It's simple questions for about your use case, about your organizations, maybe constraints that you know, and the selection of the pilot option. The pilot should be paid in full because before the start we have limited slots. We have direct collaboration with the HyperAgency inventor, that is with me. You can collaborate with me directly. Then you can stop experimenting with AI and start operating HyperAgency Agentic AI Operating System. Consulting and enablement. HyperAgency is not just software. We offer agentic system design, enterprise architecture, custom agent archetypes, governance frameworks, migration from automation, configuration and integration, HyperAgent app suggestions, tech business, hypno coaching. So this is a plans for consulting. We have this starter plan with basic and deployments in between 1 and 2 hours for small teams or solo founders starting with HyperAgency. We have a professional package with system configuration, setup and integration from 2 to 4 hours for teams deploying HyperAgency in local cloud or hybrid environments. Also, we have an enterprise package for enterprise with enterprise deployment and security. 4 to 8 hours for large organizations and complex distributed systems. And then we have a custom, could include the tech and business development strategy. Also, the timing is flexible. It is tailored to the consultations for unique business or AI goals. You can move from pilots to production to ecosystems. You can do such a transformation, such a transition. We welcome you to join HyperAgency ecosystem. The future runs on agency. You can remember that humans set direction, systems execute intent, and at the end, intelligence compounds. Not always at the end, sometimes from every time agents complete something for you, it compound intelligence in your organization. Then we welcome you to join HyperAgency ecosystem. You can go to h9y.ai. This is a website. You can find more information there. You can find more contacts, and also feel free to connect in the LinkedIn or compose me and send me some email with any questions you might have. Feel free to connect with me, feel free to ask me any questions. So join the HyperAgency ecosystem and build systems that act on your behalf. So you're welcome. All right, and at the end of this speech, I want to cover the key strategic takeaways for the enterprise leaders, what HyperAgency changes at the executive level. First, you can move from automation to agency. Competitive advantage will no longer come from workflow, but from persistent systems that pursue intent, adapt to change, and compound intelligence. Second, scale impact without adding headcount. Coordinated agents with shared memory enable organizational scale through system intelligence, not linear growth in people or processes. It could be exponential growth. Yeah. Third, leverage a framework for autonomous enterprises. HyperAgency is for building fully autonomous software companies where agents coordinate, self-develop, and decide with minimal human intervention. Fourth, protect your AI systems from vendor and model lock-in. It is open source, cloud and self-hosted, model agnostic, and with decentralized architecture. Such an approach ensures strategic flexibility as AI capabilities, regulations, and vendors evolve. And fifth, finally, unlock new revenue streams with HyperAgency. Turn AI into tradable value. Monetize agents with their marketing and agentic deals. Share innovation and capture new streams of strategic and financial impact. So thank you so much. My name is Artem Arakcheev. I was happy to present all the information about new agentic approach to businesses and tell you about the HyperAgency. I hope you will enjoy using the HyperAgency at your organizations, and I'm very curious to learn to know about what you can achieve with our agentic AI operating system with HyperAgency. Thank you so much.